right, folks. So you're probably wondering what this big thing is. No, I am not half robot, even though it looks like I am. So today I'm going to talk about how I ended up with this big mechanical arm. I don't always have to wear it, just for an hour a day. So, a little over a year ago, Thanksgiving 2017 to be exact, I had a little car accident, and so after the car accident, my wrist was kind of sore. Hi Frank, you need to move. Okay, so after that happened, my wrist was really sore. I didn't think too much of it. I was like, whatever, but at night, someone handed me potatoes, and I was like, shit, I can't hold this with my left hand, and that's when I knew something was wrong. So me and my mom go to the emergency room after, we have dinner, because priorities, dinner, emergency room, dinner. Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, we get an x-ray, and they're just like, oh no, it's just bruised pretty bad. You probably just hit it on the steering wheel. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense for sure. So they give me this wrap, and yes, I did spill cranberry vodka on it, so if you see any red on it, that's why. And this wrap too, so it's a double whammy. So my hand was all wrapped up, and they were just like, leave this on there for a couple weeks, you'll be fine. So I'm like, all right, a couple weeks later, it still hurts, and I'm like, okay, now I'm just being a little bitch, whatever. So I'm in a volleyball league, and I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna play tonight, no big deal. So anyways, playing volleyball, whatever, it's huge and swollen afterwards, and I'm just like, no pain, no gain. I'm not a bitch, whatever, even though I just wanted to die, whatever, So fast forward a couple weeks after that, so this is probably a month after my car accident, so a month after I actually broke my scaphoid. I was walking, at night with a couple of my friends, and we all had a couple drinks, and it was winter, so someone slipped on some ice, and they grabbed one of my friends, who grabbed my left wrist. And let me tell you, I didn't fall because I'm coordinated, but it hurt so bad. I'm like, okay, calm down, breathe, whatever. Rewind or fast forward to the next day, and I look at my wrist, and I'm like, holy shit, it's huge again. So I send a picture to my parents, and I'm like, I don't think this should still be happening. So they're just like, yeah, probably not, just schedule a doctor's appointment, whatever. And I'm like, okay. So I scheduled a doctor's appointment, and I told the doctor what had been said when I got the x-rays and stuff like that. And she was like, there's either two things. You tore a ligament. Are there ligaments in the wrist? I think that's what she said. This was a year ago, so give me a break. So she was like, oh yeah, I think you probably tore a ligament, or you broke one of your wrist bones. So I'm like, shoot. Okay, so she sends me to get more x-rays at the same place as before. So I go to my doctor's appointment on a Friday, so I assume I won't hear back till Tuesday, because that Monday was Christmas or something like that. I don't remember the exact timeline, but it was definitely Christmas right by there. And so I go get more x-rays. They tell me they'll let me know as soon as I can. Saturday morning, just laying on the couch, probably hungover, knowing me, to be honest. And I get a call from a random number, and I'm like, what? So I answer, hello, this is Lauren. And it's my doctor, and she's like, we got your x-rays back, and it looks like you have a broken bone, so you need to go get more x-rays at this orthopedic emergency room. So I'm like, oh, great, okay. So, me and my dad, we play racquetball a lot in the winter. So my first reaction, I was like, all right, Dad, two things. One, do you want to play racquetball? No, actually, this is the order I said them. It's like, hey, Dad, the doctor just called. I need to go get x-rays. It looks like a bone is broken in my wrist. But before we do that, do you want to go play racquetball? So, of course, my dad's down. He's like, yeah, let's go, play racquetball. Then we can go to the ER. I'm like, all right, sounds great. My mom, of course, is like, what are you guys thinking? You might have a broken bone. You can't go play racquetball. And we're just like, it's fine. I won't fall. Big deal. It's fine. Well, anyways, we got there, and racquetball was actually closed, so we just had to go straight to the ER, which kind of stunk. But anyways, we go get the x-rays, and sure enough, I broke my scaphoid. I don't know if you're supposed to say it's scaphoid or scaphoid, because I feel like most of my doctors said scaphoid, but I just say scaphoid. But anyways, that's like a wrist, a bone in your wrist, like that's right here. And it's like a pretty long bone, and it doesn't get a lot of blood flow. So it takes forever to heal. Like, I'm not even kidding. I was in different casts and setups like for 6 months. Like from when I first got like this wrap to like, so November, December, January, February, March, April, probably like April-ish. So only 5 months. Okay, my bad. But I still have to use this, and it's been over a year. So, okay, anyways, back on track. So, find out it's broken, and then they give me this thing, you know, can buckle me all up, and thumb goes right there, like. And then they were like, okay, like, you're gonna have to go see a doctor, but for now you're gonna have to wear this. We'll schedule you an appointment. Okay, so I'm like, great. So then I go to my doctor's appointment eventually, and then they're like, oh shoot, you're gonna have to have surgery. And I'm like, are you kidding? Like, I wasn't that surprised. And so they had to put this giant screw in there. It's like literally like that big. But anyway, so hi Frank again. Okay, well, Frank, I'm trying to tell a story. Excuse me. Okay, so anyway, so let's fast forward to surgery day, which was in January. Probably actually like pretty close to a year from today. Or yeah, so a year last year. Yeah, so it'd be a year like around this day. But so, you know, you go in. Well, actually, I went to work in the morning, and I couldn't eat all day because my surgery wasn't until like 2. So, like, I leave work at like 11, maybe noon, I don't remember. But I was freaking hangry. Like, someone came up and asked me something, and I was like not having it. I was just like, I'm hangry, don't talk to me. Like, I usually have eaten like 5 items by now at least, you know, like at least my breakfast and probably a snack. So, not too bad. So we go to, my parents take me to the hospital that I had to go to for my surgery, and, you know, you gotta do the paperwork, all that stuff, and then finally they're bringing me in, like, the pre-surgery room. My parents are chilling in there with me, and then, like, this lady, like, is like, you have to take out all your earrings, which makes sense. You don't have to take out nose rings, though, at least for scaphoid surgeries. Fun fact. But you do have to take out your earrings, so I'm, like, in the middle of taking them out, and, like, one is stuck in them. They're having all my doctors come in, talk to me while I'm trying to get my earrings out. And so my anesthesiologist comes in, and I'm, like, my earring is stuck, and I'm yanking, and my face is all red, because it's a fucking, like, beaut. Like, it is unfucking real. How hot this guy is. And my mom's like staring and trying to get my attention to make sure that, like, I know that he's a stud, and I'm like, my face is just pure red. I'm embarrassed, whatever. So then I finally get my earring out, and I'm just all red. I'm even getting red talking about him. But okay. So fast forward to, like, actual surgery, you know, I'm asleep for that. That's, you know, I don't know what the, okay, anyways, so I remember, like, kind of, like, waking up after surgery a little, and I remember, like, my anesthesiologist being in the room, and I, like, sort of remembered being like, oh my God, you are, like, so hot, but then I, like, fell back asleep. So then I, like, woke up the next time when I was, like, awake, and I look at 2 of the nurses, and I was like, I think I told the anesthesiologist that he is so hot. Please tell me I didn't. And they just die laughing. They're like, no, you definitely did that. No, that is so embarrassing. And so whatever, they, like, wheel me back in, like, the recovery room. My parents can come in, and here comes the anesthesiologist. I couldn't even speak to him. I was so red. It was so embarrassing. But he was just, if you're watching this, shout out to you. Don't remember your name, but you were hot. So, hey. Okay, so then after that, I had this, like, giant bulky cast. It was like 100 of these, like, wraps and whatever. I had to leave it on for a week. I had to have the frickin', like, plastic bags all on my arm when I would, like, try and shower. They were like, don't get your arm wet. It's like, okay, well, so you end up like duct taping a bunch of plastic bags to you. You're just like, this is ridiculous. And water's still leaking in. And I need to stop hitting the table, apparently. But, water's still leaking in. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I give up. Wow, this is going well. Okay, anyways. Okay. Water's still leaking in when I'm showering, but whatever. There's only so much you can do to it. And so then fast forward a week, and like I think I'm like, oh, this cast is gonna like come off and I'll be good to go. Nothing else. Like I am so done with this. Surprise, I go into the doctor's office and they're like, oh yeah, come this way, we're gonna put your cast on. And I was like, excuse me, my cast? And they were like, yeah, like you need to wear a cast now for like a month or something. And I was like, that wasn't part of like the deal. Like I don't want to wear a cast. So my dad's at this appointment with me and we were like talking to the lady putting on my nurse, or on my not my nurse, she was my nurse, putting on my cast. And so we were asking her like questions, and I'm like, well, can I still like exercise, like run and like do that kind of thing? She's like, well, we wouldn't really suggest it. And I was like, oh, well, like what about like racquetball? And she was like, no, definitely not, like there's too much risk. And I was like, oh fuck, okay, what am I going to do for the next month? And then, so obviously the first thing you do after then me and my dad were walking out of the doctor's appointment. And so I look at my dad and I go, Dad, we're still going to play racquetball, right? And he's like, yeah, just be really careful. And I was like, okay, deal. And for the record, I never fell when we were playing racquetball. It was fine, so whatever. But okay, anyways, yeah, so the first thing you do after you get a cast is obviously go buy markers. So I bought some markers. My cast was purple, so I got a silver, a green, and a pink marker. And so obviously I had a ton of people sign my cast when I had it on. Like it was covered in signatures. So let's see. So I had the surgery in January, so cast came off February, March-ish probably. And so then after it came off, like I could only like bend my wrist like that. And I was like, okay, like that's not good. But then they were like, okay, so they take off the cast, like you try and bend it. They're like, okay, do you want to go to physical therapy? And I was like, probably should, yeah, since I can only like bend it like this. And they're like, okay, like you need to go over and get a new cast made, and then we'll sign you up for physical therapy. And I'm like, what, another cast? So then I had to wear this guy for a month. I even got to wear a cute sock under it. Yeah, this one was fun, and it's like hard. Thankfully, the last week I had it, look at that. I was dog sitting and the dog got it, but that's okay. Anyways, so there was that. Oh, okay, yeah, so physical therapy. I'm only going to tell one story from that. So, my first day having to go to physical therapy, and I'm like, okay, like, sweet, maybe I'll have a really hot physical therapist, and it'll be great. And he was nerdy, he was cute, he was a nice guy, but the first day, he's, like, bending my wrist, which can only go, like, this far, or, yeah, that far, and, so we're bending it, and all of a sudden, I can feel the color go out of my face. And then I, like, don't know what to do. Like, I think I'm going to, like, barf. And I look at him and I'm like, I don't feel so good. And he's like, oh, follow me. So I had to, like, go lay down for a solid, like, 5 minutes and just like try not to die. And then he like brought me water. He was like, okay, like you need to put your legs on like this ball, like you'll be fine, like I swear. And I was just like, oh my god, this is so bad. So fast forward, I had like a month of physical therapy, which would lead us to April. And towards the end of it, they were like, okay, like we're gonna get you this like machine arm to help you bend your wrist. So that's what this is. Still have to wear it. Just helps me bend my wrist backwards so I can get my full motion in there, which is like, I'm pretty good with the back. Like the back can go pretty far, but it's like the front that I'm still like this. Like with this one, I can go like that, but then like that one is like that. So that's why I'm wearing this. But I guess just like remember, guys, if you ever have to choose between a broken heart and scaphoid, pick the fucking broken heart. That might take like 3 or 4 months to heal. Maybe 6 months, I'll give you that. But this mother trucker, scaphoid, is still like making me do shit for it a year later. Over a year later. So break hearts, not scaphoids, folks.